tax consultant William Demitia has backed calls by some manufacturing firms for government to reintroduce the former tax scheme where the National Health Insurance Levy and Get Fund were combined as VAT. According to him, the decoupling of the two has put additional burden on businesses. Tax consultant William Demitia was speaking at the Joy Business Industrialization Roundtable at Kasapreku Beverage premises in Okra.
Government had a bit of a challenge in raising revenue. And so when government had that challenge, government said that, okay, fine, there's a way we can look at raising revenue. What do? Let's make some components of the build-up a flat levy. That is, if it's a flat levy, then it simply means that you do not have to get the benefit of deducting that 5% that you paid on your purchases. For people in industry, it's a lot because depending on their purchases, it's a lot of money, which increases their cost. And so that is why those in manufacturing said that that is a huge cost that is coming to us, and therefore government must look at it. I agree to a large extent that that is a cost that shouldn't have been introduced, because we ended up increasing the cost of doing business for industries, or manufacturing companies. And we've never found a way to be able to ameliorate it for them. And so, even though it's bringing government revenue, it's creating a lot of distortions as far as the price build-up and cost build-up of manufacturing entities are concerned. And whenever they raise a concern, I agree that it's a cost that government must look at. There are other ways we can look at raising revenue than doing that decoupling and making VAT NHIL a flat levy and saying VAT should also run as a flat levy. Because as of now, the VAT rate, effective rate is 18.125. It's not 17.5, because the 12.5% is imposed on an amount that includes the 5%. So the VAT is actually 13.125, not 12.5%. And so whenever industry makes that argument that it is a cost that they don't want to bear, I agree.
Meanwhile, the Association of Ghana Industries, AGI, is optimistic that the disbursement of government stimulus package for businesses will fast-track in mitigating the negative impact of COVID-19. Now, speaking to Joy Business at the Maiden Industrialization Forum, Mr. Chumakwawa said the package, when disbursed timely, will help alleviate the plight of collapsing businesses in the country. Here's more in this report.
The government's 600 million cedi stimulus package is expected to support Ghanaian businesses that may be negatively affected by the outbreak of the novel coronavirus. According to Chief Executive of the AGI, Seth Chumakwawa, the package is a good one, and hoping that all the necessary documentation will be done quickly to allow businesses access the fund.
Because it is, on one hand, a stimulus package or a relief package. On the other hand, it's going to be a loan that has to be paid back. So if you are ensuring that the loans that are given out is paid back, then you need to have the right modalities. Otherwise, you have a challenge in getting the money back. So perhaps that explains why it is delaying. So you need to look at all the intricacies of it and make sure that you develop it. And you see, when you're coming up with the policy, you need to do it in a way that it doesn't become a counterproductive policy. So you need to think through and do the impact assessment and so many things to get it right. But I can fully agree with you that definitely industries, because of the crisis, they're in a hurry to move. And therefore, if you're coming up with any package, you need to really fast track it and make it happen soonest. But I'm mindful of the fact that proper thing has to be done so that when you come up with it, it wouldn't become one of the usual policies that sometimes you backtrack and go and change this and go and change that. So maybe it's worth waiting and getting it right than to rush it and then have challenges with it.
Director for Blue Skies West Africa, Ruth J, on her side, noted that businesses need more incentives from government to survive after the pandemic.
Every day is a blessing, every day is a challenge on its own, where you have to make sure that things work out. You can't pre-plan and work because every day has its own challenges. Ghana has opened up the lockdown. All other countries, most of them have not. Yeah. So you are not able to even fly in easily as you normally do. So the challenges, it's not just Ghana, it's a global thing. And it's very difficult to just plan in Ghana and say that we are okay because Ghana is out of the lockdown. It's the ramification from other countries that makes that impact more severe. So the government support should go beyond just the cuts. Of course, I mean, if you are looking at only the two places, paying salaries and financing debts, and then we have a problem. And it's not just about the 10 pointers, as we are all aware. It's about what you have that you make it sustainable.
The Industrialization Roundtable is a forum organized by Joy Business under the theme On the Runway to Industrialization. Will COVID-19 provide the catalyst? Ebenezer Sabote's report for Joy Business.